we approve things in stages, we approve the overall site plan, and then as individual buildings come in, we then look at the facades. And that's what we're looking at today, is the facade of LA. First section is 114402 facade elements, and they are compliant with basically with a base, body, and a crown of the building. Wall materials, they are partially compliant, and that's the issue we're going to talk about tonight mainly, is that the code says wall materials include, the building itself, the wall materials include split face masonry, ground face masonry, and brick. In LA Fitness uses split face block on all sides of the building. So as you look at the design, and Brian's going to go over, there's a brick front veneer as the entrance is, but the basic building is a split face and a smooth face block material. And our code says, the code allows split face block on non-street facing walls. And in this case, they're using it on all four. The building has openings on all four sides of the building, basically, in main openings on Portage Trail, sort of a facade that looks like it's an opening, but there's glass, and then the main entrance is in the parking lot, facing the parking lot in the back of the building, as I call it.
Apparently, when we presented the site plan, we thought that the building, which I think you have seen before, staff has seen it, we thought was included. So we were somewhat surprised that the building was not approved, and so we've just resubmitted it for you, thinking that that is just the easiest way to resolve this. But that is what we thought, and the building that you're seeing is similar to the images that you've seen when we have gone through the whole site. There's nothing that has changed. The building lines are as were depicted. The only issue is that Fred raises, I believe, it relates to materials that they're using. Your code allows for the use of stucco, and we actually believe that this is a better material. We like this material and are promoting its use rather than stucco in these areas. We've brought sample boards. This material is basically the same material that is being used on Cinemark, although the finishes are different, the way that they finish it. But it is, other than that, it is the same material. And if you look at it, and Jack and Brian can speak to this, they're the architects, I'm not, but this is a material we are promoting, even though it requires a modification to your code, because we think it is a much more substantial and much better material, as long as it is finished properly, than to just stucco these.
LA Fitness is a brand, and there's a uniformity that they're looking for in the facilities that they're providing, and that relates specifically to materials and specifically to colors that they're using, which are very important to them and their identity. The other point I want to make is that I think that your code is aimed at buildings that are that have fronts and backs that are in a different type of arrangement than what's happening at Portage Crossing. And Portage Crossing, and this building in particular, really is a four-sided building. It's a building that is going to be seen from all 360 degrees around.
National site plan along Portage Trail, identifying the area which we were referring to as Outlot 2 as a location for LA Fitness. It's the northwest corner of Portage Trail in Lillis. This is a slide showing what we presented just a few weeks ago of the other four Portage Trail retail buildings. And this slide shows it in context with the LA Fitness building that you can see is pretty complementary in the architectural language of the Western Reserve that we had in the other four buildings. This is a slide of the north and south elevation showing the materiality. As Jack mentioned earlier, kind of the backdrop material is a two-tone rusticated modular masonry unit. The lower arcade areas are a modular face brick. In the north and south elevations, they have two taller elements in the center, which is a different color, a complementary brick with the north facade also having a metal canopy and metal crown, and north north elevation serves as the primary entrance to the guests.